Okay, YouTube, here we are. Had a lot of requests to start the cooking videos back up, so I figured I'd do a video today. Kind of a last minute thing. Wasn't really planning on doing anything, but I got a couple of hot dogs, but I don't have any bread or buns for them, so I kind of was trying to think something I can do. So this is a little, you could use bologna or a hot dog, or if you have an old pork chop, or a hamburger that's cooked that you haven't got a bun for. You could use any meat you want. But anyways, just a little, I don't know what you'd call it, like a goulash type thing, but not with macaroni, but with potatoes and onions and stuff. So anyway, we'll get started here. The first thing, I already peeled these potatoes. First thing you're going to want to do is dice these up. Now obviously the smaller you dice them, the quicker they'll cook. So I'm going to try to do a pretty fine dice, so I'm not wasting too much time cooking these potatoes up. Meantime, we'll get a little olive oil in the pan here. Get that going. Don't be afraid to use a little oil, because these potatoes will soak it right up. Get the heat going. So, you can stack a good chunk of them on top of each other, and I just kind of very carefully go through and cut some strips to start, and turn it, and then just kind of go down. And you get a decent dice that way. So we'll get these all cut up, put them in the pan. Right in there. I missed my old plastic cutting board. I was able to lift the whole thing up. I could do the whole wooden cutting board too, but this is my new wooden cutting board. I don't know if anybody's seen this in the videos yet. So we'll get that in there. You use as many potatoes as you want. I mean, these are two good size. So, but I got 2 hot dogs, a couple good sized potatoes. Say you were going to make this for like a whole family. You could do 3, 4 potatoes, however many. And then obviously you want to make sure you have, more hot dogs. If you care about having a lot of meat. If you don't care about a lot of meat, you put a bunch of potatoes and just a little meat, and you'll still fill all the bellies up, So you make it however you want. This is just like a road map. Where you go is up to you. So I don't know what kind of potatoes these are. I think they might just be, I don't know, russets or something like that. There you go. Get them nice and cut up. There we are. Alright, then we're going to just stir them up a little bit. Get some oil coating all of them so they don't stick together. I got a non-stick pan here, which could be quite helpful when you're doing potatoes like this. They tend to stick to like a stainless steel pan or something. Okay, so that's good for that. Let those sort of keep cooking in there. Then we have an onion This is a sweet onion. You know, you don't have to use a sweet onion. Use whatever onion you want. I like onions, so of course I always got them. If you don't like onions, leave them out. But I don't know that the dish would be the same without them. So you guys have seen me cut an onion a million times, but you just cut a little slat down the middle there and take that outer edge off. And there you go. You got a perfectly peeled onion. I like to get that skin, like slimy skin off too. Okay, let me chuck these out. Now, you know, there's some misconceptions there. Not misconceptions, but, you know, some people think, oh God, I can't get any onion peels in what I'm cooking, you know. It ain't gonna bother it at all. You ain't even gonna know it's there, so don't worry if an onion peel, a little piece of peel sticks to the onion or something. You know, people will survive. Don't worry about it. Actually, in stock, like chicken stock and beef stock and all that, they put onion peels in there. And the more onion peels you put in, the darker the stock will be. They actually make the stock they add a nice dark color to it. But you do have to be careful, because too many onion peels will make the stock bitter. So just a little extra information there. So the same thing with the onion. You're just gonna go down with some verticals, send a couple that way, and then just let the knife do the work. And you can cut these as fine or as coarse as you want. I usually do a mixture, some fine, some coarse, and then you get a nice balance. Those go right in with the potatoes. I do miss that cutting board, boy. This is I make quite a mess. I guess I could put the cutting board on top of this cutting board. That would help. That way. And you know, for doing stuff like this, really make sure you got a decently sharp knife. I'm not saying you gotta have some, you know, kung fu Japanese steel ultra sharp, but get it as sharp as you can. Makes everything so much easier. And there is a lot of truth to a dangerous knife is a dull knife, because it'll slide off the onion or slide off whatever you're cooking, and then you do cut yourself. Where a sharp knife digs right in and doesn't give it a chance to slide. Okay, so now we'll stir the onion in, kind of let that cook down a little bit. Now this alone, with some salt and pepper and maybe a little garlic, just that by itself is delicious. And anything else you add is just going to be extra. But this right here is phenomenal just by itself, really. Alright, let that go for a little while. I might start adding some seasonings. Seasonings, same thing. You can go as crazy or as easy as you want. I'll probably just use a few different things here. I like my adobo, so I'll always throw a little sprinkle of that. I've been using this too. I got this chili oil. I don't know if it's coming up on the video. But that's nice to add. It gives it a little heat and it gives it some color, more importantly. You put a little of that. Anytime you make stuff like this with the peppers and onions, I'm sorry, the potatoes and onions, your paprika is going to give a nice color too. So just a little paprika. Now I know it looks like there's a lot of oil in there, but a lot of that is moisture from that onion. So basically we'll let that kind of boil off. Look at that color though. It's just a little chili oil, a little paprika, and it gives it a nice orangey color. That paprika adds a little smokiness. What else do we got here? I've been cheating and using pre-ground pepper, but obviously fresh cracked pepper is going to be better. But yeah, do a little pepper. And obviously salt. Don't be afraid to use the salt. There's I mean, potatoes take a lot of seasoning, you know. Just a little bit dash of Italian seasoning. Not a lot. What else can we throw in there? I might leave it just at that. I don't want to go too crazy. Oh, always a dash of cayenne. Dash of cayenne pepper will never hurt you. Little heat. Little color. Now what I'll do is, I've been seeing some YouTube chefs doing this lately. I don't know if it's, you know, necessary or not, but they make a little hole in the middle, and that's where they put the garlic. I don't know if anybody else ever seen that before, but I figure I'll do it. I've been cheating. I've been using pre-cut garlic. Crucify me. It's easier. I'll just take the knife tip, get a good glob. We'll put that right in the middle. And then they say let that get fragrant to where you can smell it, and then mix it in. So I don't know. I've been kind of doing that lately. I don't know if I tell any difference in the stuff I've been making, but I know I got a poor camera angle here. Let me. This potato is hot. I'll get it over to the camera. See how I got the garlic in the middle there? So there, you just let that get cook. Once you can start to smell the garlic, they say then it's cooked enough and to incorporate it. Smell it yet. So let's get the hot dogs. We'll get those cut up while that's going. Well, here we go. These are just cheap bar hot dogs. I like all hot dogs. I like the Hoffmans and the, you know, the Good Brains and all that too. But I don't care what anybody says. A 79-cent pack of bar hot dogs is nothing better. You know, we just cut them into pieces. No big deal. Again, you can use any meat you've got. It doesn't make any difference. Bologna, I mean, fried bologna and onions, similar thing. Bologna and hot dogs are actually kind of like the same thing. Alright, so those are in. Give everything a good mix. See how a lot of that moisture's gone now? Or what we thought might have been oil, it isn't oil, it's water out of the onions. Just stir it all in. Now we're going to let the hot dogs cook. Hot dogs are already cooked. So there's no, all we're really doing is warming them through. The potatoes still got a little time left. And then I have some banana pepper rings. There's not many left in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run them right through a strainer and throw whatever I got left right in the thing. Alright, so these come out, you know, you can leave them whole how they are if you want. I'm just going to do just a quick rough chop. I do want to bite into a piece of pepper, but some of them are a little big. So you just rough chop, in they go. They're going to give the dish some brightness, a little heat. Stir that in. There we go. See, we're getting color now. Little browning, or whatever you want to call it, which is exactly what you want. I mean, but what I just did here, I mean, 2 potatoes, 2 hot dogs, an onion, some garlic, some seasoning, a couple little banana peppers. You cook this up like this, very, very easily feed 2 people, especially if you make a little green salad or something to go with it. Nice ice cold beer or something with it. And you feed 2 people for what? $2 or $3? I mean, just saying. And it's delicious. It's not like you're eating garbage. It's probably tastier than anything else you can eat, you know. So we'll give it a few more minutes. It's getting close though. Basically, you're going to cook it now until the potatoes are done enough for you to where they're, you know, when you bite into it, it's not hard. But you cook it as little or as long as you want. Some people would like to leave it and really get a char on the bottom, and that's good too. I like to do it in between. I like a little color, but I don't like it burnt. But a non-stick pan is almost essential, because these potatoes will be sticking to anything else, you know, that you use. The smell is there. It smells fantastic. There, you see how that's got that little bit of color there? That's about it. I would say that's just about done. So there you have it. Get a little better view for you. Actually, I can just take the camera right down. It's about done right there. You throw that on a plate, like I said, with a nice cold beer, or nice cold glass of iced tea, and a green salad on the side. Boy, I'll eat that any day of the week. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll try and do more videos. Just stay posted.